Hat, sunglasses, Pepsi, notes, sources, thick skin. Check. You already know. Let's go. Welcome to Golden Blue Dude, everybody. This is a college football channel. So if you like college football, hit the like and subscribe button. It's that simple. Also, send gear to represent your team and be a part of my background forever. All you have to do is send it to P.O. Box 360, Liberty, South Carolina 29657. And don't forget to check out our Patreon page. We have a lot of great perks over there. The perk that people seem to enjoy the most, of course, is the score prediction contest where we award $20 every single week to whoever gets closest to the actual score of the game that I pick. We also did a championship week. I will award $25 to that winner. And right now is the best time to join Patreon because we are going to do the bowl prediction contest. First place prize will win $50. Second place prize is an autographed Golden Blue Dude flat bill hat. And the third place prize is a shout out. And the more Patreons we get, the higher we can bump up the prize. So if we get up to $300 worth of Patreon pledges, we will bump up the prize to $75. If we get up to $400 worth of Patreon pledges, we'll bump the prize up to $100, and so on and so forth. So there's even an incentive for current Patreon members to encourage other people to join Patreon. That way the prize goes even higher. I'll leave the link to the Patreon page in the description of this video. One thing about the coaching carousel is once it starts, you don't know how it's going to end, because when one team fires their head coach, they're looking for a coach from another team, and then they get that coach from the other team. Then that team looks for a coach, and it goes on and so forth. Well, we already knew that Hugh Freeze is off to Auburn. So Liberty is looking for a new head coach. And Luke Fickell went on to Wisconsin, so Cincinnati is looking for a new head coach. Well, not anymore for both of those programs. Liberty has employed Jamey Chadwell as their new head coach. 5 years at Coastal Carolina, 38-22. That is a winning percentage of 63.9%, including seasons of 3-9, then 5-7, then 11-1, 11-2, and 9-3 this year. In 2022, Coastal Carolina averaged 29.1 points per game, which is 61st. But allowed 30.1 points per game, which is 101st. Coastal Carolina took a significant step backwards this year. Coastal Carolina will be playing in the Birmingham Bowl versus East Carolina, and East Carolina is the favorite. According to ESPN FBI matchup predictor, East Carolina is a 64.5% favorite. I think this is a great hire. In fact, a lot of West Virginia fans were hoping that West Virginia would go after Jamey Chadwell. I was kind of hesitant because here's the thing. West Virginia already tried the group of five coach thing with Neil Brown. It's not working out so great. So if West Virginia were to fire Neil Brown, which is not happening, of course, then I wasn't in favor of Jamey Chadwell. That's doing the same thing over and over and that expecting different result. Kind of the definition of insanity, if you ask me. But congratulations to Jamey Chadwell. He gets bumped up to Liberty, I guess. Is that a bump up? I gotta look at the donor situation on this because honestly, going from Coastal Carolina to Liberty doesn't make any sense because Coastal Carolina is in the Sun Belt and Liberty is headed in Conference USA. That is a terrible conference. Definitely the worst conference in the entire nation. So the fact that Jamey Chadwell is going from Coastal Carolina to Liberty kind of makes me raise my eyebrows. Maybe Liberty just has that much money. I mean, they were trying to pay Hugh Freeze $5 million a year, which was one of the highest group of five salaries. So they got some money over there. Do they have more money than West Virginia? That would be crazy, wouldn't it? I don't think that's the case. But my gosh, they are not scared to spend some money to get a good coach. Are you watching, West Virginia? Are you watching? Anyways, I do think this is a great hire for Liberty. I think this is a home run hire for Liberty. I think what Jamey Chadwell has done at Coastal Carolina is nothing short of a miracle, which, by the way, I will be in the stadium of Coastal Carolina because my brother-in-law, who is a Marshall fan, bought me tickets and invited me to the Myrtle Beach Bowl where Marshall will be playing UConn. So it's not that particularly thrilling of a game. But hey, it's the first time I will have gotten to see the teal field. So I will be doing some live shows from the teal field of Coastal Carolina. And it will be on TV, so maybe I can get Golden Blue Dude on national television because we are on the TV side. And we have pretty good seats, so we might be in shot several times. Keep your eyes out for Golden Blue Dude for the Myrtle Beach Bowl between Marshall and UConn. But this also means that Coastal Carolina will be looking for a new head coach. See what I was talking about earlier, the coaching carousel? Coaches go from one spot to the next, then the spot that they came from needs a new coach. and then the spot that coach comes from is going to need a new coach. So we'll see what Coastal Carolina decides to do. The next name I want to talk about is Cincinnati. I told you earlier that Luke Fickell, the former head coach of Cincinnati, is headed to Wisconsin, so they were looking for a head coach. This one surprised me, guys. This one absolutely surprised me. They go out and get Scott Satterfield, the head coach from Louisville. This one doesn't make sense because he's not having that much success at Louisville. Now, he did great at Appalachian State. He was there 5 years, 47-16, which is a winning percentage of 64.3%. He's been at Louisville for 4 years, a total record of 25-24, so barely a winning record, including seasons of 8-5, 4-7, 6-7, and 7-5. That's a winning percentage of 51%. This year, Louisville is averaging 27.2 points per game, which is 76th, but allowing 20.2 points per game, which is 19th. So they did have a good defense, but offense is not his strength. And guess what? Here's the crazy thing. Cincinnati will be playing Louisville in the Fenway Bowl. Louisville is favored 55.5% in the ESPN matchup predictor. Cincinnati is going into that game 9-3. So Scott Satterfield will be going from one team to the other team, and those two teams are playing each other in the Fenway Bowl. So my question is he coaching his last game for Louisville in the Fenway Bowl, or is he coaching his first game at Cincinnati in the Fenway Bowl, or is he going to be running sideline to sideline coaching both teams? Because they are playing each other. You never know. He might be running sideline to sideline, calling plays for each other, and make it the best game we've ever seen because he's trying to outcoach himself. Wouldn't that be something to see? Hey, you never know. We've seen crazier things, right? So we'll see if he'll be coaching the last game for Louisville or the first game of Cincinnati. And the crazy thing is this a knock on Louisville? Or was Louisville planning to fire Scott Satterfield? I have not heard any rumors whatsoever about Louisville wanting to fire Scott Satterfield. I know he's not had that much success, but they haven't come out and said, yeah, we're planning on firing him, or we're thinking about firing him, or we are firing him, something like that. I haven't heard any of that. So all clues are pointing to that Louisville was not going to fire Scott Satterfield, and he moves on to Cincinnati. What does this tell us about Louisville? Louisville is in a sad football state right now. They lose a mediocre head coach to Cincinnati. You know that Cincinnati can't pay him more than Louisville, right? I mean, it can't be, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But Cincinnati has released a statement saying that he is hired as their new head coach. And Scott Satterfield has also released a statement saying he's excited to be the new head coach of Cincinnati and that Cincinnati is going to be in the Big 12, and then he's looking forward to leading Cincinnati into the Big 12. Scott Satterfield will be the coach of Cincinnati when they enter the Big 12. Who saw that coming? Now, I'm not raising my hand. I did not see that coming whatsoever. In fact, I didn't see Luke Fickell leaving Cincinnati to go to Wisconsin. I thought he was going to wait for a job like either Ohio State, Penn State, or Michigan. Those were the three teams that I thought Luke Fickell were most likely to go to. Wisconsin does make sense, but I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't see it happening. And then on top of that, I didn't see Scott Satterfield being the coach of Cincinnati when they do enter the Big 12. So the coaching carousel, once again, craziness as usual. But I think Liberty did a good job. I think that's a good hire, hiring Jamey Chadwell from Coastal Carolina. Cincinnati, on the other hand, I don't know if that's a good hire or not. I mean, he did a great job at Appalachian State, but at Louisville, not so great. Well, go to Blue Dude. Cincinnati's a Group of 5 team. Not for much longer. They're going into the Big 12. So he's going to have to coach in a Power 5 conference. And looking at his Louisville stats, he did not do very well in a Power 5 conference. And I actually think the Big 12 has been a little bit stronger than the ACC in recent years. So the competition might actually be even stronger in the Big 12. Good luck, Cincinnati, but my personal, humble, golden-blooded opinion, I don't think this is a good hire for Cincinnati. I think you could have done better. So y'all let me know in the comments section, what do you think about the hire? Liberty getting Jamey Chadwell from Coastal Carolina and Cincinnati getting Scott Satterfield from Louisville. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.